Head-to-head for a place in today's semi-finals. The carrot at the end of today's stick is £10,000.
Okay, so it's James to throw for the bullseye first.
As always in these Players' Championship events. And we welcome viewers from our official
25.
PDC Facebook page for a little teaser of what PDC TV subscribers
Bullseyes
get to enjoy on a regular basis. And that is selected matches from all of these Players' Championship events, of which there are 30 in 2019. Also the 13 Euro Tour event, which is another 49 days of darts. Featured highlights.
85.
In certain countries, the big TV events as well, such as the Premier League, where Wade competes every Thursday night. And if that's not enough,
96.
subscribers get priority on ticket sales to all those big events as well. And every episode of the Dart Show is available too for subscribers. Very, very good value
59.
for money. And I reckon we'll get good value here between this pair. Having looked through the stats and the
60.
performances that they've put on so far today, you can be pretty sure of that one. Chisnall in particular, who's just come through a tense affair with Rob Cross, reached the last leg decider.
97.
Looked like he was flying over the line, Dave Chisnall, but almost faltered at the finish. However, it's off the former world champion 6-5, an average 102.8. That followed an average of 106.1 in his
44.
previous win against Scott Baker, who threw 110 at him and hit a 9-darter. But Dave Chisnall just shrugged his shoulders and strolled through to the next round.
100.
Difficult to decide which of these players would be the favourite in this match, because the pair have met on 24 occasions
44.
prior to this one, and they've won 11 each and had 2 draws. Well, this would be a sublime start.
140.
Couldn't quite find the final part of the equation there, Dave Chisnall.
100. Game shot.
But he returns to pin the same double that saw him beat Rob Cross in the previous match.
$100. $140.
Beaten Tony Newell in his first match, and then David Pallett before producing those sky-high averages and spectacular performances to set up this meeting with the machine.
80.
Wade has thrown some very good stuff on the floor this year. If you look through the stats at the Dart Connect website, you see that James Wade is in the top 10 of performers so far. And he's had a couple
100.
of ton-plus averages himself this afternoon. The first one against Matt Edgar in round 1, which he won 6-1. The second in round 3 against Krzysztof Ratajski, which he won 6-4.
96.
And either side of that, he beat Brendan Dolan, one of the slowest players on the tour, 6-1, before dispatching the fastest, Ricky Evans, 6-3. And we know from watching
45.
Wade over the years that it matters not the speed or the style of his opponent. He just gets on with his own thing. And he does it very, very well.
145.
And he added to his TV title haul last year at both the European Championship and World Series finals by doing that.
180.
That's 180, number 12 for the afternoon for Dave Chisnall. Well, the machine going for the audacious
70.
2 double tops attempts. And it nearly paid off. And Chisnall just looked at that and thought, well, that's a bit cheeky, James.
Game shot.
And punishes the miss. And Chisnall has stolen an early march here. The maximum to set up the shot, put the pressure on Wade. And a comfortable start for Chizzy, who a couple
60.
of legs in is averaging 20 points higher than his opponent.
140. 83. 140.
'Solid response, as you would expect from James Wade.
140.
Back-to-back 140s, followed by
180.
the maximum. For the machine, his 8th of the afternoon.
58. Game shot.
And that is a superb leg of darts. 11 darter from James Wade, who has just completely stemmed the tide. Chisnall throwing first for a 3-0 lead, and James Wade didn't give him a chance.
60.
They did meet in Wigan a fortnight ago in a quarter-final.
180.
And Dave Chisnall came out on top.
140.
And went on to take the title.
'96.
I mentioned they have this identical head-to-head record, but it is worth noting that James Wade's last win against Dave Chisnall came back in 2016.
180.
The machine's second max makes him move a little closer to correcting that statistic.
140.
But yes, almost 3 years since Wade beat Chisnall. It was in the final of a European Tour event.
96.
The one in which he won his previous title before the two he picked up last autumn. Well, he's been 25 ball now, Chisnall.
60.
He looked like a decent guide because he got the weight right. Rarely misses there, James Wade. 5-5 to the rescue, perhaps?
20.
Well, he looks as shocked as anyone.
Game shot.
And Chisnall has restored that two-leg lead. Wade producing the goods against the darts a couple of legs ago, but unable to level up.
$100.
Return to the Premier League this year, of course, James Wade. A highly competitive lineup in the Premier League.
30.
No player left pointless after the opening 3 weeks of action. He was very, very
81.
good in a 6-all draw with Gerwyn Price on Thursday night in Dublin. An average just shy of 104.
80.
And he will face Michael van Gerwen in Exeter ahead of the UK Open. One of the many titles that James Wade has won in his glittering career. It's one that he's won twice.
140.
Along with the World Grand Prix.
$119.
9 biggies the machine has under his belt on his roll of honour. That's something that Dave Chisnall is yet to achieve. Maybe what happened here,
100
in Wigan rather a fortnight ago, is a sign that Chisnall is back on the form trail.
64.
Will he go two tops now, just to mirror what James Wade tried earlier on? There's your answer.
Game shot.
There is the result, and Dave Chisnall is starting to pull away.
$120.
Well, James Wade trying not to get annoyed by the hat-trick of bounce-outs that he's had. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes it can just clatter off the other dart or flick the flight and lose the path towards the board.
60.
So the point's not hitting it flush.
$29. $96. $140.
It's interesting the way the draw has gone for today's tournament, because the winner of this match will take on Ivory and White
90.
or Gerwyn Price in the semi-finals. But the other two quarter-finals are between Gabriel Clements and John Henderson, and Ryan Searle and Danny Noppert. So there's an opportunity there for perhaps a name who you wouldn't have picked out to pick up the title today.
140.
To go and do so. Was looking for treble 15 for double top. It would have been the same shot that defeated Mervyn King in that epic Masters comeback a few years ago. Doesn't need such a
90.
comeback of Herculean proportions this time, James Wade. But he needs something akin, because Chisnall is now throwing for a 6-1 win. Ended an 18-month wait for a title just 2 weekends ago, Dave Chisnall.
140.
And he's certainly singing a fine tune here this afternoon.
$100.
Will have to do it the hard way if he's going to add to that. He's just beaten Rob Cross. He's
100.
on the brink of beating James Wade, and will have to beat Ivory and White or Gerwyn Price in the semi-finals. A reminder for those of you who are
140.
staying with us and will be watching the next match here on PDC TV, the live stream subscription service. The semi-finals this year have been extended
140.
to best of 13 legs and the final best of 15 legs. And the one between Chisnall and Durrant a couple of weeks ago was our first 8-7 final.
85.
And he's got 6 darts to complete what seemed like a walk in the park.
53.
Against James Wade here. Did he fancy doing that in style then, Dave? Well, Wade needs another
100.
to apply the pressure, because Dave Chisnall is 68 points away, and now just 8 points away, and now just 4 points away.
66.
He'll come back, if he comes back, 2 points away. Double top rarely misses.
56.
He has missed. No margin for error on double 1. 1 up. 2 up.
No score.
3 up. And James Wade giving a leg up.
Game shot.
Well, is there a way back for Wade? Dave Chisnall squandering 5 match darts. And you can immediately see a change in the demeanour of James Wade here. The writing was on the wall, but the misses from Chisnall
58.
have seen the eternal darting opportunist James Wade all of a sudden decide, well, I've got a chance here.
44.
Still a long way back. He's won one of the 5 legs required to overturn the huge deficit in the match.
60. 60.
In the other matches, Gerwyn Price, who has been knocking on the door in 2019, is 5-2 up against Ian White, who had beaten Glenn Durrant in the previous
47.
round. John Henderson 4-3 up against Gabriel Clements, and Danny Noppert leads Ryan Searle by the same scoreline.
97.
Wade will return for the Shanghai shot.
140.
Well, he's not happy about something there, James Wade, but he's moved across and
100.
corrected his stance. I just think perhaps that the match on the adjacent board had just finished, and he may have heard a congratulatory word or two.
140.
That would have been offered to the winner of that match,
Game shot.
which was Gerwyn Price, to average 106 to Ian White's 105 in a 6-2 win for the Welshman. But the winner of this match seemed pretty certain 5 or 6 minutes ago.
121.
If James Wade can break here, all of a sudden he'd be throwing to force a last leg decider.
100.
So Gerwyn Price is in the semi-finals. He will face the winner of this tie. Danny Noppert 1 leg away, 5-3 up against Ryan Searle, and Henderson Clements is at deadlock at 4 apiece.
60.
Now Wade is back in the position of having to rely on Chisnall to probably miss more match darts.
36.
Or maybe not. Wade could go out in 6 from here.
140.
Well, needed the third treble to complete the first half of that equation. And now match darts inevitable for Dave Chisnall.
177.
Has 3 more of them.
$140.
Well, don't think about it, Dave. Just do it. Well, that could make it even trickier. 88.
24.
And that is 8 match darts now missed by Dave Chisnall. And the machine wants 36. Can he clip that in? Oh,
43.
just the wrong side. Well, after missing 8 darts on the match, 8 is a number that Chisnall requires. Got over the line against Rob Cross and falls over the line against James Wade in the end. A 6-3 win for Chisnall. He moves through to the semi-finals and could double his title tally for the year, having not won one for 18 months until a fortnight ago. It will